Hi.
Okay, we'll
Oh,
take a couple more introductions and we'll mute the lines and get started.
anybody else want to say good morning?
Gary Wagner, Alamosa, Colorado.
All right,
Another
under the wire. You got
Colorado.
it, Gary. I'm going to mute everyone.
Colorado rules today.
Okay, well, good morning to our first Monday morning miracle call for 2025. And I'm going to turn it over to our hostess with the mostest, Sunshower Rose. And you're muted, Sunshower. You're still muted, Sunshower.
Well, that would be good if I could unmute myself, duh. Good morning and welcome to 2025. This is our very first miracle call for 2025. And isn't it interesting? So many of us are fine with just jumping on a Zoom Monday morning when a lot of people are at work and doing other things that they don't even know we're doing this, right? But we're here because we're part of the LifeWave tribe, the love tribe, as we love to call it. So just a couple of housekeeping rules from me, Sunshower in Sedona, Arizona, is we're going to talk the first 15 minutes about X39 only, and then we can open it up to other patches as well. So we'd like you to keep your testimonials to between 30 seconds and a minute, so as to be courteous to other folks that would like to give their testimonials. And as you may or may not know, having been or not been to this call before, LifeWave does not claim to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease. So we avoid any words that say disease names, just symptoms. So how it was for you before, and then how you used the X39, how long you used it before you saw a result, and what was that result? So this is the game of putting up your hand, your virtual hand, and just letting us hear you. And if I see your hand, then I can call on you. So let's start with Adele in Dallas today.
Yes. Hello. I love this call and I've missed it. My mom, I just got back from Charleston. My mother is 101. She turned 1 in September. Some of you were on the call back in when she turned 100. She's been on X39 only for 2.5 years, since June of 2.5 years ago, whenever that was, 22, I think. And she actually did not know who any of her children were for almost 3 years. It would be very iffy and sketchy. And she lived with my little sister, and she would say, "Who's that lady that walks around?" when I was visiting her. So she really was out of it. And on her 100th birthday, she knew all of her children. And I just spent 4 days with her and just got back. And she didn't know me 100% of the time. She hadn't seen me in 8 months or over a year, actually. But she definitely was with it. We took her on the golf course. She sat on a golf cart for 9 holes and directed my sister and I on our strokes.
Of course.
Crazy. I know this is longer, I apologize. Took her to Trader Joe's. She used a golf cart, or she's at both Trader Joe's and Costco. She carted around. In Trader Joe's, they treated her like a queen. They found out how old she was and just kept bringing her gifts. What kind of cookies do you like? What, you brought her flowers? Anyway, she's doing great, and I'm so, so grateful for X39. This is not the mother. And by the way, she's really nice. I know that's also X39. So she's really.
About how long did she wear the X39 before you saw those kind of results, Adele?
Probably 6 or 7 months. It didn't happen right away. We put them on her. She went into a memory care place, and we started using them then. And anybody that has that situation, you do have to the doctor to give an approval and write it as a prescription, like the supplements have to be. But anyway, so it was probably 6 or 7 months, but it was like light bulb moments. And I have her on video just talking away a few days ago, just crazy. Yeah, I will get those up. It's going to take a while, but yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Adele. And I think Jada on her iPad, if you could mute, that would be good. Okay, Miss Cole, you're next.
Good morning, Love Tribe. Adele, I watched one of the videos of your mom. She is really an incredible being. It was really fun to watch. At 101, it's like crazy, crazy cool. And speaking of our community, this beautiful Love Tribe, for those of you who know Allie Bierman, she's a dear friend of mine on this in this community, and she's been leaving me voice texts. She had to be hospitalized last month, and she's coming home from rehab today. So I wanted to share that with everyone, and thank you for all the prayers you've given her. And I started the X39 also 2.5 years ago, and I needed them for a thumb joint replacement for a third surgery on the same joint from 40 plus years of banging on the keyboard and the space bar. And in 10 days, I was able to do almost everything. I could drive, I could type, I could hold a pencil in my hand, I could chop veggies carefully, I was doing my laundry. And the real reason and that was just in 10 days from after I had the surgery. And then I also got the patches because I had an autoimmune condition in my mouth. And in 3.5 months, I went in for a biopsy with my periodontist, and he sort of jumped up out of his chair and said, "There's nothing to biopsy." So I just want to say that I'm so grateful. I'm just beyond grateful.
Oh, what a fabulous story. Oh my goodness. How cool is it that our X39 goes to work where it's needed most first? That's the thing that some people miss that, but here it is, a patch that works systemically and somehow intuitively knows where to go to work first. That tells you the intelligence of our own stem cells. Robin, please.
Okay. Well, good morning and happy New Year, everyone. It's so nice to be back together. I shared a story last night and I'll share it again today. And I had my annual exam, and I asked the doctor, "How's my blood look for a 70-year-old?" She goes, "Your blood looks great for a 40-year-old. Your blood looks great for a 20-year-old." And she kept using the word pristine. And she kept saying, "Your kidneys, they're just like excellent." She just kept raving. My blood pressure was 112/68. My oxygen was 98. And yeah, so it's really good to have baselines. And the health tracker is one of them. But also, looking at your blood panel and looking, I don't understand blood panels. So looking with someone that knows what they're looking at really helps. So make sure you do baselines, and we just keep getting younger. Thank you, Sun Shower.
Oh, thank you, Robin. Yeah, that's a great idea. Using our health tracker. I always make sure any new person in my group gets that health tracker. And it's really smart to take a picture of yourself before you start using the X39. And what are you doing there, Rovell? You're up next.
Hi, Sunshower. Hi, it's great to be here. And I was my jaw dropped when I heard Robin share last night at conniezoom.com, and also the shares in general. One woman said, "I just feel younger." And that's exactly how I feel skiing this year. That's why I put on the hat. I was skiing thinking, why am I skiing more than I ever have in my life at this age? And why does it feel easier? Well, I won't talk about the other patches, but X39 I've used since 2020 every day. And I definitely am grateful for the cumulative benefits that I experience from X39. It's amazing to feel like you can, another benefit of LifeWave, of course, is, you get up and you say, what do I want to do today? In addition to sharing X39, and to feel really good. I mean, that's something you just can't put a price tag on. Thank you. Thanks, X39. Thanks, David Schmidt. Thank you, the Live Younger community.
And thank you, fellow Canadian, Ravel. I love it when the Canadians come on. I love X39 too. I'm going to say my quick story because I don't see another hand at the moment. But I was very faithful, very consistent, wearing my X39 on my C7 on the back of my neck every day, every day, every day. And 2 years into it, something happened that I would have never expected. My whole life at that point, 72 years, I could not smell. Now I can smell. That's big, you guys. What's happening right now is, excuse me, I had some dental surgery in 1974, and half my tongue has been numb ever since. Well, guess what? The feeling is coming back on that left side of my tongue. I guess there's something to nerve regeneration here. What do you think? Okay, Lavelle or Maget, which one wants to speak this morning?
Well, hey, Sunshine, Happy New Year. I just want to ask because my son was getting off to school right now. Could Adele say again? She said for was it a year or 2 years? Her mom's cognitive ability to remember came back. Because I was trying to listen, but that's just a powerful story. Could you say that again?
Yes. And I somebody go back and do 2.5 years. It was June 2.5 years ago, because I've been on him 3 years. So it was, I know my mom had been on him just a little bit less. And my mom is now 101, but when she was in her, I think she was 99, we put her into a memory care unit. And she had, it was time. And she did not know any of us. And she lived alone until she was 96. So she was pretty advanced for that, able to do that. She's on 0 medications, by the way. She's gotten off everything. But she at her 100th birthday, which she'd been on them about a little over a year at that point. But somewhere, Sunshower asked how long it took till she got her memory back. And I want to say it was 6 or 7 months till we really started to notice a difference. But then at her 100th birthday, she'd been on them over a year at that point. She knew all of us. She even knew my children, it was crazy that she would know her grandsons because we didn't see her that much when they were growing up, not since they were little. So yeah, her memory totally, I'm not going to say it was 100%. And now I will admit it slipped a little. She didn't always know me. This last week, I was with her for 4 days, but she definitely was able to carry on conversations. And she did know my sister and I most of the time. But I'm not going to pretend it wasn't as good as on her 100th birthday. So, and she's taken some serious falls. One, she had to have some significant stitches in her nose. Nothing broke.
Amen.
Amazing.
Amen. Well, we might want to talk to Gregory Mascari about that loading dose. Maybe you can use 2 X39s so she can get that memory back again. All right. But also I want to share. My wife and I was out having dinner at a restaurant around in our area, and we patched a woman. And my wife shared it last night. And the woman had some pain in her leg, and Majay patched her, and she came back out of the bathroom. Oh my gosh, in like minutes. Oh my gosh, pain is gone. And her blood pressure was up because she was checking her blood pressure. And after Majay put the pack just 39 on her, oh my gosh, she came out of the bathroom. My blood pressure went down. And she enrolled right on the spot. It was ridiculous. It was really ridiculous. But thanks for letting us share.
Thank you so much.
Wait a minute. Not only that, Sunshower, she whipped out her credit card on a premium without knowing anything about the company.
That's so awesome.
That's the kind of customers I want. Okay, that's the kind of teammates I want. All right, that's awesome.
I hear you. I hear you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Jen Allen, please.
There we go. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh, all my favorite peeps are here. And welcome home, Adele. I was at my hairdresser's on Friday, and I went to put my mug, because he got me coffee, into his sink, but he had this big cabinet above it with a big thing on the edge, and I went kabam.
Ooh.
And I had a real goose egg. I had a really bad one. And so I just put the X39 on, and then at night I put the Eon on, and within 2 days, couple days, it was gone. And I'd say 3 days at the most when I could touch it and doesn't feel anything. And ironically, my daughter Joy moved in this weekend, her moving van, everything came. She did the same thing to the left side of her head. It's, we were walking around the house with patches on our head, like this. One on one side, one on the other. And she's a patcher, so she knew. But I mean, it is weird. So I think we just knocked some sense into us or something. But it really hurt. I haven't had a goose egg like that in a while. So
Mhm.
anyway, I tried to take pictures. It didn't look that great, but I'll try to show them on Michael's show tonight, maybe. But I just wanted to share it here as I always do. I try, if I've got something, I'll always bring it up here too for you guys. Big hug to everybody. Happy New Year. Love to all.
Why, I got to hang out with him a little bit in
Oh,
Phoenix
did you? Oh, yeah, he's
for the
still there.
weekend.
I had
Yeah.
an early morning meeting with him. So
It was-
yeah,
We
yeah.
had a really wonderful LifeWave gathering of over 100
Good.
people. And looky, we have 150 people on this call
I
right
love
now.
that
How
group.
great is this? Thanks for sharing, Jen.
Thank
And
you for asking, and I'll
Yeah.
let him know. Thank you
uh,
both.
and Dujanka, please.
Yeah, I will.
I noticed it's after 8:15. So
Yes.
while I love X39 and 49 and have so many stories I can share, I just want to tell you I started using SP6 in May, and
Do you want to say what SP6 is for?
what I had heard when I saw something that David said was that he nicknamed it the menopause patch because it's to balance hormones. And then in that same thing, he said it's more popular with middle-aged men who have the beer belly, and it helps the beer belly melt away. He said basically it supports the hypothalamus. So anything that the hypothalamus controls, sleep, appetite, weight, hormones, this patch helps. So I started using it in May of last year, and since then, I noticed my hormones are balanced and it's wonderful. And because of this call with people sharing, putting their used patches on their pets and their plants and all the stuff, I decided to put the used SP6. I wear SP6 for 12 hours, and then I put it on my 13-year-old, and I have her wear it for 12 hours. And with my 13-year-old wearing SP6, instead of like a teenager going through puberty, I have a sweet, competent, loving human being to interact with. It's amazing. And then also after the boot camp in Anaheim, when someone mentioned something about losing weight, I was like, hey, I haven't lost any weight. And the person sitting next to me said, well, are you using the energy patches? I was like, well, no, I have lots of energy. She said, well, the energy patch is how I lost 150 pounds. It's like, okay. So I've been wearing the energy patch for a month now. And what I'm noticing is that we had my son's birthday. I had half a piece of cake instead of half the cake. We had Hanukkah. My friend taught me how to make sufganiyot, jelly donuts. I had 3 jelly donuts instead of 25. Like, we're not even quite done with Christmas at my house. And I don't want to make the 3 Kings cake. I want salad. I want sprouts. I want revitalizing fresh green smoothies. I have not wanted weight loss foods. Like, there's foods that we know a celery drink is going to be better for your weight loss than a king cake, right? I haven't wanted to eat foods that are cleansing and revitalizing since I was in college. And the only thing I'm doing differently is the energy patch, with, of course, the performance bundle and SP6 and I'm just saying, I really think there's something to this energy patch here. And it was the last one that I used because I was like, I don't need energy.
The last one you used, but the first one that David Schmidt came up with
Yep.
helped all these Navy SEALs, right? Hence, here we have Jen Allen, who sponsors Michael Jaco, a former Navy SEAL. Isn't this interesting?
It really.
Oh, goody.
Just really quickly, since no one had their hand up at the time, to mention the other patches that I wore in addition to X39 while doing these ski runs. And by the way, I'm not very good. It's just really nice to get out in the sunshine. Is I would wear X39, obviously, X49, and in Canada it's called Renew, the glutathione patch. And I guess, oh, the energy enhancers in the bottom of the feet. And man, the solidity that I feel skiing is just amazing. Just thought to throw that in since we can talk about other patches.
It is amazing. And good for you for getting your balance going when you're on the ski lift. My goodness. And I've heard the same from many other people. Jen, your hand is still up. Did you want to say something else? No. Okay, how about Michelle Garrett, please?
I want to give an update on my friend that almost cut his finger off with a wood planer about 2 months ago.
Oh, Mark.
He had sliced it really, really badly, went to the ER, and they said they were going to have to amputate. He said, no, you're not. And they said, well, we will at least till the first or second knuckle because most of the tissue was gone. He said, well, you're not going to do anything with it. So they just kind of flapped the skin that was left around it and bandaged it. His wife came over to my house that day, and for no apparent reason, as she was talking to me, told me about that. And I told her about the patches, sent her home with some X39s. Within a month, he had gone back to the doctor. No need to amputate. The tissue was healing. The finger was starting to fill in, and there was still some ragged skin on the edge from the way they had wrapped it up. But then she decided she wanted to sign up. So we ordered 39 and 49. They got the performance bundle. So the second month, he wore both. And at the end of the second month, he said, oh, by the way, my finger is fine. The tissue was filled in. I mean, he had cut a portion of it off, so it was shorter than the other finger, but the tissue was all filled in. And he was banging it on the coffee table saying, see, it doesn't even hurt anymore. In 2 months. And they thought the nail bed was completely destroyed, but on both sides, a little bit of fingernail is starting to grow back. And in the meantime, he had really bad ringing in his ears for years, and it was completely gone within the first month. And the second month when he came over, he said, oh, and my knees are good now. I said, what was wrong with your knees? He does construction. He's in his 70s. He said, well, getting up and down off hardwood floors and cement and everything, doing construction. He said, I didn't want to do it anymore because my knees hurt all the time. And now they don't hurt anymore, and he can keep working.
Isn't this amazing, you guys? I wonder why we call it the miracle call. It's
and he uses a fresh patch every day, but he puts his used one back on his body. So he's getting every ounce of strength out of whatever there is. So he has a new one and a used one every day.
When I take mine off of my neck at the end of the day, it's a habit now. I just put it directly under my cat's bed. And of course, we know that the energy or the frequency goes right through to at least this far. And so she's getting younger and younger too. At 14, she's acting like a kitten. This is so fun. Oh, I see your hands back up. Adele.
Well, I just noticed we have a shy group today or something.
Yeah, we do.
So I thought I would share a carnosine story that I've shared before, but it's been a while. I was diagnosed with that film that comes over your eye. June last year, April last year. And I realized I was supposed to have surgery, and I'm not going to do that. I just wasn't going to do it. So, and it came up very quickly. I'd been diagnosed with it years before, but then all of a sudden it was just bad, and I couldn't see out of my right eye. My best vision was 20/70 with correction. So I started, someone on this call, probably Robin, as I recall, put an eye mask I use an airline mask, and I put carnosine on over each eyeball. I figure it's not going to hurt to help both of them. And I suggest sleeping with that every third day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, however, just 3 days a week. And I did it longer, but it wasn't necessary. It's really better carnosine is pretty strong. So 1 to 3 days is plenty. But anyway, within 5 days, the film was almost gone. Within 10 days, I would say it was completely gone. Someone said, did you go back to your eye doctor to get it diagnosed officially? And I refused to pay $300 for that information. So no, I did not, but I can see. So obviously there's something to better. So
pretty fabulous story. I'm going to follow that one up. And have an 80-year-old man on my team, and he's got so many great stories. I can't get into all that, but he flunked his test for the eye thing when he went for his driver's license. And he's like, what? So we went running over to his ophthalmologist and he goes, oh, your prescription's too strong.
I want to add to Adele's story, if I may, because when I was at the eye doctor, he said that I had the early stages, and I said, well, I'm going to use light therapy. He goes, Robin, you cannot reverse that situation. And I looked at him and looked in his eyes, and I said, with all due respect, doctor, in your world you can't, but in my world you can. And then he put his hand out. He goes, okay, at our next appointment, if you're right, I'm taking you to dinner. And he put it in my chart. So we'll see. And so the things that the conventional world thinks are not possible, we know that everything is possible. So I love your stories, Adele. They're so wonderful because, people say you can't do that, but we know you can.
Absolutely. Aw, thank you so much, Robin, for chiming in. Okay, I see Jonathan Beal's hand is up. Are you going to show us yourself today or stay off camera?
Well, I would, but I'm driving.
Okay.
So real quick, I thought maybe, I thought we'd have some other stories because I know you guys get tired of me saying I go play basketball on Sundays, but I went yesterday and I'm feeling absolutely amazing at 62. Yes, yes. Thank God for X39. Thank God for David Schmidt. And thank God for this amazing group. Thank you, Robin and Gregory.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Duchenka, you're back.
I am.
I have a story. This is James.
James, I don't see you. Oh, okay.
I'm on phone.
Okay.
Robin.
We'll let you go first, James, and then Duchenka. Okay.
And we'll let Duchenka be the
Okay.
last one because it's time to wrap it up. So go ahead, James.
Okay.
Okay. I had been living in a different area up in an apartment the southwest of San Antonio, and there was a tight area in there, and I had walked by the oven over there, which I opened the oven door, and I slipped on the floor with socks or something on, and I branded the right side of my right leg. It was about a 4-inch long burn and about 2 inches wide. I used the patches on there since I've been getting them from Thomas for a long time now, and I've been an avid patch user I've learned a lot on this call just this morning too, but that healed up within a short time without going to a doctor. And somebody told me, yeah, you're going to have, I did get an infection in there for a little short time because I thought I was using another product, but it turned out that it was a lot of water there, but it wasn't. And that was another different product that I used, but the patches helped me the most on that. And then I've had finger cuts and all of those things too, with some pretty deep ones with knives by accidents and stuff. Used the X39 and the patches on a regular basis, and they've all healed up beautifully without any problems that nerves grow back and things like that over time. So
Thank you so much.
that's just one of the many benefits. That's all I got to say, and let y'all go back to talk.
Thank you for speaking up, even though we couldn't see a hand raised. I'm glad you said something, James. Okay, we are going to wrap up with Duchenka, and then Gregory will tell us what's happening this evening.
So I just wanted to share all the stories reminding me of my mom. She had fallen in July of 2022, and they said that she broke many of the bones in her body. They said it wasn't the fall, it's that she has advanced osteoporosis. The bones, not the fall. And anyway, so what was going on was broken bones. They said that she damaged the nerve in her right hand and she would never be able to use that right hand again. And then just this year, especially with carnosine, but also X39, she took an Uber down to the California DMV without telling any of us. And she took the written test, which was, she had some stuff going on that was not guaranteed. Took the eye test and passed it. took the driver's test and she got her California driver's license back. And she said she sees better at night than she did in her youth. Because she's always had stuff going on with her eyes. She's fully blind in one eye or was as a kid. And now she's driving at night and doing all sorts of things. So
We just love these stories, and they go on and on and on. And we could be here for hours and hours, but our time is up, and I'd like to pass this back to Gregory Mascari. Thanks so much, you guys.
Oh, well, thank you, Sunshower, and thank you everyone for participating. What a great way to start a year. What a great way to start a day and a week. We love these Monday morning miracle calls. And we love that Michael's doing a Monday evening miracle call. You know, good ideas are contagious. And here, look who just showed up here. Hey. So we are just very happy to be here with you all. You do such a wonderful job. Thank you, Sunshower. You're always such a gracious host. And you know, tonight we're going to have some exciting news to share. One of the things I want to do is I want to invite everyone. If you didn't listen to our Thursday morning training call with Jim Gillian, you need to go into liveyoungeryoutube.com because Jim really put it out there. He's on a 90-day success blitz. And, you know, this man, you know, he knows what he's doing. So, you know, keep an eye on what Jim and his team are doing. Tonight, I think we're going to carry that thought forward, and we're going to be talking a little bit about goal setting and how important it is because it's a new year. We flipped the page, new, you know, clean white page in 2025. And there's also some wonderful events coming up throughout the month of January and into February. In January, we're doing our VIP fly-in. And this VIP fly-in, it's the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. We have Robin and I, SPDs, Robin and I, Harris Williams, Janet Kiefer, Connie and Barry Lucas, all gathered together to co-host any of your guests that might happen to be there. If you're interested in having a guest come and do the Welcome Center tour, get with your upline director because there's a registration process that directors have been empowered to register people on their team. We have booked, you know, 20 slots on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. When they're gone, they're gone.
We still have room though.
We may be able to get more, but to go on the welcome tour. And I also want to say, you know, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't necessarily recommend just for curiosity because you can watch the video at home for free, the 5-minute video. But, you know, for a VIP leader that wants to kick the tires, make sure that our corporate office is not in a trailer park somewhere. Anybody walks through those doors are going to go, OMG, something's happening here. And it is. And what it is exactly clear. So we're going to talk about goal setting. We're going to talk about our Vision 2025 event that's coming up. Oh my gosh, you know,
soon,
like in 19 days.
19 days.
Yeah, 19 days. And we're going to talk about boot camp coming up the first week in February down in Orlando, Florida. Robin and I will be attending, and possibly many of you. I'm sure we'll see Jen down there because we're right in her backyard there, and look forward to seeing some or many of you there. So anything else you want to add, Robin?
Well, I just want to put an exclamation point on Jim's training. I believe it's also in Live Younger Success in What's New. And there's some of his resources. He's given us all his slides. And Jim set an intention, and then he put a plan together. And what happens when you line up with the universe with an intention and a plan, magic happens. And we've been doing three-way calls with Jim and some of his prospects. Unexpected, wonderful things are unfolding. So this is the time of year to really get quiet and set your intention of what you want for your year with your business, and then put your plan together. And Jim, you know, whether you do his plan, because it's very specific, do your version of his plan and watch out because the universe aligns with it. So exciting times for all of us. And what I'm telling people is the more people you have in place and up and running before the water comes out, the more you're going to be able to take advantage
of when the water technology comes out. So this is the time to, really get a lot of people involved. And also it's a great time. Every week it's a great time. That call last night, there was 860 people, I think, on it. I mean, Connie, God bless you, Connie, for creating that. And it came out of a need to do kind of a group three-way, and it turned into something way better. And so my suggestion to people is the most guests on that Sunday call will grow your business the fastest. So invite. I get to be there every week that I can because I'm always learning something. And it's inspiring and educational, and it builds belief for your guests. It builds credibility with all the doctors. And there's just a professional way that the technology is explained. So it's all over amazing.
And it's not recorded, so it's be there live or be there not at all. As you know, this call is recorded, so within a few hours, usually Liz has this up on Live Younger YouTube. So if you're inspired by this call, all of these Monday calls are very shareable, okay? And 30 minutes long, 30 minutes of testimonials. And back on the planning, I believe the philosophy and the reality is if you make great plans, you make great things happen. And we wish the very best to all of you for 2025. To make great plans and together make great things happen.
And set your intention. Pick a theme word for your year. I don't know how many of you went through the questions. Gregory and I have a ritual. On New Year's Eve, we take time on our own to write out our answers, and then we sit together and share. And we align with what we're trying to create for the new year and look at what we completed for the last year. So it's not too late to do it. And I went to put I have a notebook of all the years I've been doing this since 1992. And it's really amazing to go back, even if you never look at it. Incredible things happen.
It sets it in motion. So Robin, what's your word for this year?
My word for this year is consistency.
Ooh.
That's my word.
And my word is focus. And to assist me with focus, I have downloaded Atomic Habits Audible so I can listen to it because I just need to get that time blocking and that focus thing together.
And I'm going to give him a habit tracker.
Oh boy.
Okay, everybody, we love you. We thank you. Happy Monday. Happy great start of a wonderful week. We're back to our regular schedule. So tomorrow night, we're going to have our Power the Patch showcase with Gregory and one of our practitioners, and we'll let you know in the newsletter who it is. Okay. Bye,
All right.
everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
We love you, Robin and Gregory.
We love you too.
Thank you.
Thank you for
so
all the
much.
great
That was
information.
amazing.
Synergy.
Good
Hey, everyone.
successful year.
This is on here to make $2
Thank you.
million.
Happy New Year.
Bye, Greg.
Thank you. Thank
Great job, Sunshower.
Gregory, you
Thank
need some
you.
music for
Thank
your song.
you.
Thank you.
Love
Thank
to
you.
all.
Thank you. Let's make that $2 million with all of this greatness.
Amen.
Woo!
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Synergy.